Welcome students. Today we learn about multiplication of two vectors. Two vectors. So here in this multiplication of two vectors, we remember that number one, multiplication of scalar quantity. Multiplication of scalar quantity is scalar, whereas but number two, multiplication of scalar quantity with a vector quantity is vector or vector quantity means scalar multiplication of scalar quantity is scalar, whereas multiplication of scalar quantity with a vector quantity is vector. So here the two types of multiplication of two vectors. Two types or two methods. Number one, scalar product or dot product of two vector. And number two, vector product or cross product of two vector. So first of all, we have seen the scalar product. So first, what is mean by scalar product of two vectors? So we can define as scalar product of two vector is defined as the product of magnitude of two vectors and cosine the angle between two vector is called scalar product or dot product of two vectors. Or we can define another term that will be product of magnitude of two vectors and cosine the angle between two vector is called scalar product of scalar product or dot product of two vector. Means we can see that cosine the angle between them. Cosine the angle between two vectors. Means let vector P and vector Q, the two vectors making an angle theta. Then vector P dot vector Q means scalar product of vector P and vector Q is product of magnitude of two vector and cosine the angle between them is called scalar product. So first of all, we have seen the scalar product of two vectors will be product of magnitude of two vector and cosine the angle between them. Let us see the characteristics. Characteristics of scalar product. What are the characteristics for scalar product? We can see detailed. So first, see here, number 1, scalar product or dot product of two vector obeys commutative law of multiplication. So what is commutative law of multiplication? We can see, let two vectors vector P and vector Q and theta be the angle between two vector. So we can define as vector P dot vector Q is equal to PQ cos theta, or we can define as vector Q dot vector P is equal to QP cos theta. So this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. From these two equations, we say that vector P dot vector Q is equal to vector Q dot vector P, and that implies that law represented as commutative law of multiplication. Commutative law of multiplication. Second thing, scalar product of two vectors are obeys distributive law of multiplication. So what is distributive law of multiplication? Let us we see, let vector P comma vector Q and vector R be the vectors. So vector P dot vector q plus vector r is equal to vector p dot vector q plus vector p dot vector r. The law represents distributive law of multiplication. That is the second characteristics. The third characteristics can be seen is scalar product of or dot product of a vector with itself is equal to square of its magnitude. That is, for this characteristics we have seen, if theta is equal to 0 degree, the two vectors are parallel with each other, means theta equal to 0 degree, then we say that cos theta is equal to 1. So a vector, scalar product of a vector with itself means vector p dot vector p will be p cos of 0 degree, that is p square cos of 0 degree, means is equal to square of its magnitude. So we can say that let vector I comma vector j comma vector k be the unit vector along x-axis comma y-axis and z-axis. If these are unit vector, then we say that vector I dot vector I, that is I square, will be 1. Vector j dot vector j will be j square is equal to 1 because they are unit vector. Vector k dot vector k square will be 1. So we can say that, therefore we say that vector I dot vector I is equal to vector j dot vector j is equal to vector k dot vector k will be 1. Means for a vector with itself, see here, this is a vector p. The scalar product of vector with itself will be square of its magnitude or square of the magnitude of that vector will be the third characteristics. So we can see that the fourth characteristics, that will be scalar product of two vector. Scalar product of two vectors which are mutually perpendicular to each other. Mutually perpendicular to each other means theta is equal to 90 degree. So cos 90 degree becomes 0. The scalar product of two vector means vector p dot vector q. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. By definition becomes PQ cos 90 degree, means PQ 0 means will be 0. Mean we can say that the scalar product of two vector, if 0, then the two vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. So if or let vector I comma vector j comma vector k be the unit vector along x-axis comma y-axis comma z-axis, then the vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Then we say that vector I dot vector j is equal to vector j dot vector k is equal to vector k dot vector I will be 0 because they are mutually perpendicular to each other, or vector j dot vector I equal to vector k dot vector j equal to vector I dot vector I will be 0. That will be the fourth characteristics for scalar product. Again, if we can see fifth characteristics. So, fifth characteristics will be scalar product of two vectors in terms of rectangular component. Is, suppose the two vectors are vector A dot vector B. Its rectangular component will be AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. So how it is possible? Let us consider vector A is represented as vector IAX plus vector JAY plus vector KAZ, where vector I, vector J and vector K are unit vector. Okay. Similarly, vector B, it will be vector IABX plus vector JBY plus vector KBZ. So, if we take their scalar product of vector A dot vector B, it will be written as in bracket vector IAX plus vector JAY plus vector KAZ dot, in another bracket we can write as vector I BX plus vector J BY plus vector K BZ. So if we multiply here vector I AX in bracket vector I BX plus vector J BY plus vector K BZ plus another term vector J AY in another bracket we can take as vector I BX plus vector jby plus vector kbz plus vector kaz in bracket vector ibx plus vector jby plus vector kbz. If we can take their scalar product, so we can write as vector I dot vector I will be ax bx plus vector I dot vector j will be ax by plus vector I dot vector k will be az bz plus vector j dot vector I will be ay bx plus vector j dot vector j will be ay by plus vector j dot vector k will be ay bz plus vector k dot vector I will be az bx plus vector k dot vector j will be az by plus vector k dot vector k will be az bz. So 9 terms will be there. Using characteristics or using vector I dot vector I is equal to vector j dot vector j is equal to vector k dot vector k is 1, and use vector I dot vector j equal to vector j dot vector I is equal to vector j dot vector k equal to vector k dot vector j equal to vector I dot vector k equal to vector k dot vector I equal to 0. If we can use the two rules, so here we use vector I dot j will be 0, vector I dot k will be 0, vector j dot I will be 0, vector j dot k will also 0, vector k dot vector I will also 0, vector j dot vector k will be 0. So remaining only the 3 terms, and that 3 terms will be vector a dot vector b is equal to, remaining terms will be ax bx plus ay by plus az bz, because this term is 1, this term is 1, and this term will be 1. So we can prove our scalar product of two vectors in terms of rectangular component. Rectangular component will be vector a dot vector b equal to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. And another characteristics, that characteristics will be sixth characteristics. So if we see the sixth characteristics, that is scalar product of two vector is equal to the product of magnitude of one vector with magnitude of component of another vector in the direction of first. So here consider the two vector vector P and vector Q. They are represented as, see here, vector P, vector Q. Okay, so we can say that scalar product of vector P dot vector Q will be PQ cos theta. So it can be taken as vector P in bracket Q cos theta. Suppose this is equation number 1. Okay, equation number 1. So we can, from this equation, we can say that vector P dot vector Q will be product of magnitude of one vector with the component of magnitude of another vector. Q in direction, means vector P dot vector Q will be P in bracket component of Q in direction. Whereas another term, vector Q dot vector P, it will be Q in bracket component of P in direction, means Q into P cos theta, which is Q P cos theta, equation number 2. So from these two equations we say that vector P dot vector Q is equal to P Q cos theta is equal to Q P cos theta. So this will be the characteristics. We can say that here vector P dot vector Q is equal to Q P cos theta. Also same, which can be possible if we draw a perpendicular from Q at M. What happen? Theta will be the angle. In this triangle, we can say that cos of theta is equal to here MQ upon OM. So MQ will be OM upon, see here, OM upon OQ. So we can determine OM. OM is equal to OQ cos theta. So OM will be Q cos theta. So it will be Q cos theta. But here we can say, if we draw a perpendicular from P on OQ, it is 90 degree, here 90 degree. In that triangle at N, so we can say that cos of theta is equal to ON upon OP. So we can write as ON upon P. So here ON is equal to P cos theta. So it will be P cos theta. So scalar product of two vector is equal to product of magnitude of one vector with magnitude of component of another vector in the direction of first. That will be the sixth characteristics. So we can say that, in short, the characteristics of scalar products will be, in short, we see characteristics of scalar product. So the first characteristic will be seen as number 1, scalar product obeys commutative law of multiplication. Means vector P dot vector Q is equal to vector Q dot vector P. Second characteristic will be scalar product obeys distributive law of multiplication of two vector. Distributive law means vector P dot vector Q plus vector R is equal to vector P dot vector Q plus vector P dot vector R. That is the distributive law of multiplication of two vectors. See here, scalar product of a vector with itself is 1. Then two vectors are parallel to each other. Means vector P dot vector P will be square of magnitude. Means if vector I, j, k be the unit vector, then vector I dot vector I is equal to vector j dot vector j is equal to vector k dot vector k will be 1, because unit vector, their square of magnitude will be 1. Fourth characteristics will be scalar product of two vectors if is 0. Then we say that the two vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Means vector p dot vector q will be 0. So we say that vector p and vector q will be mutually perpendicular to each other. For unit vector, we say that vector I dot vector j is equal to vector j dot vector k is equal to vector k dot vector I, or vector j dot vector I is equal to vector k dot vector j is equal to vector I dot vector k will be 0. Then the two vectors can be said to be mutually perpendicular to each other. Then the scalar product of two vectors in rectangular component is vector A dot vector B is equal to AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. And lastly, finally, we can see that scalar product of two vector is equal to product of magnitude of one vector with the magnitude of component of another vector. So it means vector p dot vector q equal to p in bracket q cos theta, or we can say that q in bracket p cos theta, that is component of another vector p or another vector q. These are the characteristics of scalar product. And finally, we can see the application of scalar product, or we can see use of scalar product. So first, it will be work done by a constant force is scalar product of force and displacement. Means we know that work done W is equal to scalar product of vector F, that is force, and vector S, that is displacement. That will be the application of scalar product. Another thing, second, power is scalar product of force and velocity. So here we can see that power is equal to work upon time. So work will be written as force multiplied by distance or displacement upon time. We know that distance or displacement upon time will be velocity. So power is equal to force multiplied by velocity. So power can be written as scalar product of force and velocity, vector V. The third use will be work done by a body is equal to increase in potential energy of body. So here potential energy of body, we can say that work or work done is force multiplied by distance. So we know that if g is acceleration due to gravity, small g is acceleration due to gravity. So force will be m into g and distance will be h, that is height. So m into g into h, it will be potential energy or increase in potential energy. So similarly, we can say that work done is equal to increase in potential energy. That is the application of scalar product.